Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Twin States News. I'm Nicole Menner. All eyes may be zeroed in on football season, but basketball season not far behind. For the Ole Miss women's team, they'll begin a new era under Coach Yolette McPhee-McEwen. Coach Yo sat down to talk about how she's adjusting to life in Oxford and what her team's been up to this summer.
The community, the way they've embraced my family and I, just having an opportunity to go on Rebel road trips with Coach Luke and Coach Davis. It's been a wild ride, but a lot of fun. Just a lot of openness and willingness to learn. Everyone's super excited about the opportunity to put Ole Miss on their chest and represent. For the ones that stayed, the commitment and the experience speaks volumes. The leadership that they've had, the senior leadership, and also the other returners, and then the newness from the players that have just got here. They're just excited and ready to work and ready to create their own legacy.
And the SEC has released the men's conference schedule for the upcoming season. Ole Miss will open and conclude SEC play on the road, but have back-to-back home games 3 times throughout. They travel to face Vanderbilt January 5th, which marks the first time the two opened SEC play against each other since 2001. The first home game will be January 9th against Auburn, and the rivalry with Mississippi State will take place in Starkville on January 12th. In return, the Rebels host the Bulldogs in Oxford on February 2nd. And as for Mississippi State, they open play against South Carolina January 8th. Their SEC home opener will be that rival game against Ole Miss, which is followed by a home tilt against Florida. The SEC tournament takes place March 13th through the 17th over in Nashville. All right, we can't go a day without talking football, especially with the season opener just 8 days out. Now, just as many other positions, the Rebels' defensive line lost 2 all-conference ends in Marquise Haynes and Breland Speaks. Combined, the power pair had 115 tackles and over half of Ole Miss's 29 sacks. D-line coach Freddie Roach knows those two aren't replaceable, but he says there's a lot of depth at that position.
I don't think you ever replace a guy like Breland and Marquise. What you do is you try to insert guys in that are just as talented, all right, but you hope for them to learn what they did. I think for the first time we are deep at that position, and we have the opportunity to do some great things. We just got to keep bringing the young guys along. We got a good foundation. Those guys last year did a tremendous job of setting the standard. Now we just got to build off of it. It's about us and how we contribute and how we consistently do our job. You know, we got to impose our will, and we got to learn how to do that. Opponents, you know, obviously we'll have that week in and week out, but right now we're about us.
Marcus Davenport's NFL debut is finally here. The Saints rookie was sidelined for the first 3 weeks of training camp with an injury, but he returned to practice this week and is expected to get some reps against the Chargers tomorrow night. The first-round pick has a lot of catching up to do on the field, but he says his mentality is what comes first.
You know, just trying to progress. You know, feel myself getting better, knocking a lot of rust off.
Is it a matter of just getting back into football shape, or, you know, where are you?
Right now, it's getting back into the mentality. You know, just thinking quick again and making sure my body's able to do it. I'm feeling pretty good. You know, just still working through some things. You know, continuing to stay on top of maintenance. There's always anticipation for the next game, and really, I'm just looking forward to getting better and actually playing.
Round 2 of the Northern Trust wrapped up earlier today over in New Jersey. And during the day, it was a trio of golfers who most people may not recognize in the lead. Kevin Tway, Jamie Lovemark, and Vaughn Taylor tied at 5 under. Phil Mickelson having a good round, draining the 21-foot birdie on the 9th, and then again on the 11th hole to get to 6 under. Tiger Woods with a slow start, opening with 6 straight pars to stay at even, but he broke through on the 7th hole to get to 1 under. He would bogey his final 2 to fall even and just make the cut. U.S. Open and PGA Championship winner Brooks Koepka finishing strong with this eagle on the 13th, getting to 7 under. And at the end of the day, it was Jamie Lovemark still in the lead at 10 under, just 1 shot ahead of everyone else. It's always nice to see some unrecognizable names at the top of the leaderboard, although a lot will change this weekend.
That's true, yeah.
Once the cut line, you know, people who don't make the cut, you kind of narrow the field down.
Tiger just making it into the weekend, so we'll see how he does.
That's fun. Yeah, hopefully he does well.
Coveted red shirt on Sunday.
Maybe that backwards hat, too, that he wore last weekend.
I like it.